All right. Well, an interesting news item that we're going to close the show with this week, caught our eye this week, came to us from Frost & Sullivan, titled Advancements in Steering Technology Quicken Journey Through Automated Driving. The piece ran in Monday's issue of Quality Digest Daily. The research from Frost & Sullivan underpinning this story discusses a few different technologies that are advancing more or less at the same time to change the way human beings use their automobiles. Steer-by-wire, also known as drive-by-wire, is cited by the research as a technology expected to penetrate many new car models in the future. Steer-by-wire technology replaces many mechanical linkages, such as the steering column or the accelerator/brake pedals, with electrical or electromechanical systems. Of course, venerable old electric power systems, power steering systems, I should say, EPS systems, including hydraulic and electrohydraulic systems, are still prevalent. The most advanced and innovative of these systems currently or imminently assist drivers with things like lane keeping or crosswind compensation. Some automotive OEMs with EPS systems across their brands are actively addressing mitigation strategies during so-called loss of steering assist situations, and those are times when power systems such as steering may fail. According to Frost & Sullivan's findings, these auto manufacturers are also making progress in the development of technologies geared towards truly autonomous driving. And how quickly those developing steer-by-wire systems can address these loss of steering assist issues, I think is going to go a long way towards answering when and in what form automated driving is going to come to the market. So interesting stuff, and it's interesting as well that we're covering this right now, Dirk, because just yesterday, it's interesting because our very own Ryan Day visited the Ford Motor Company's all-new Research and Innovation Center in Palo Alto to learn about their so-called smart mobility plan. And we've been working with Ford for a good long while now about many of their innovations, and their Palo Alto initiative is really a really interesting level in which they're taking this. And I think that Ryan has been actively involved with Ford, and Ryan is going to join us now on the show to talk about some of the things he found out down at Ford yesterday.
That's right. We call him our Ford correspondent because it seems like he's going to Ford almost all the time. So what did you learn down in Palo Alto?
As you know, yesterday was the official grand opening of Ford's Research and Innovation Lab in Palo Alto. For the viewers that don't know, Palo Alto, California, is dead in the heart of Silicon Valley. And that's important. Mm-hmm. That's real important to the whole, all the initiatives and to the actual physical location of the lab. Being the official Ford correspondent, I've got to say that I've been to several Ford events, including last week, the North American International Auto Show, which Ford pays my freight to go there. They don't have anything to do with what I write, but they do. At any rate, the difference between those activities, those events, and what's going on in Dearborn is hugely different from what's going on in Palo Alto.
Well, no, in Palo Alto, that's the main thing they were talking about was smart mobility, right?
Smart mobility is one of the core aspects of the Research and Innovation Lab, yes.
And what is that exactly? I mean, what does Ford mean by smart mobility? It's more than just cars, right?
Yes, and that's one of the things that we found out very quickly was that at last year's Consumer Electronics Show, automotive electronics had a huge presence there, and that's not normal for the electronics show. So it was at the CES that Ford announced their smart mobility program or smart mobility plan. And what the plan entails was 25 global research and innovation projects. These were projects that were, oddly enough, they used open source innovation. They put out the call and people presented research projects wherein they would be able to learn and explore everything from mobility, and that's a tough one to wrap your head around, autonomous vehicles, as well as big data.
Well, the thing that you told me that I thought was really interesting is that it was more than just like, smart cars. I mean, they're looking at, bicycle traffic. They're looking at what ride sharing. It's kind of the whole urban
Very much so.
experience, the whole urban mobility, I guess, experience, right? I mean, it's all these things kind of all wrapped. They're looking like it's like a big picture.
Very much so. What we saw at the Research and Innovation Lab in Palo Alto was that it was a real eye-opener into how far in the future Ford is looking, and how broad they're looking. And when they say mobility, and so many of us was like, well, what does that mean? What does mobility mean? Well, as Ford has been saying, Mark Fields, the president and CEO of Ford, said that we don't consider Ford just an automotive company. We're a mobility company. So whereas in the past that meant a horse and carriage, and now it means cars, well, maybe the Muni, maybe the autonomous vehicle, who knows where in the future. But as long as we're using cars now, what is mobility? What are the challenges in mobility? And what are the challenges going to be, well, right now, 10 years from now, 50 years from now? So while parking, congestion, sustainability, those are all huge, and sustainability and urbanization, like you were saying, the denser cities get, the more those problems are going to be evident. And so Ford is really taking an aggressive stance in innovating to mitigate those issues.
Yeah, I think, I was just going to say, I think that to me, I always looked at this as being really a piece of Internet of Things. I mean, the idea that mobility and the idea of Internet of Things is that, human beings want to be connected, like you say, other than if you're with the coyotes in the desert, like you were saying before. I mean, you want to be connected. So it makes sense that a mobility company like Ford is going to play a big role in that going forward, that they want to make sure that their customers are going to be able to be connected and use the tools they want to use when they want to use them, wherever they are.
And we'll wrap up with this. I mean, so, Ford isn't like got their little fingers out and all sorts of little things other than automobile. What's in it for them? I mean, where's the payoff for them?
That's a multifaceted answer there. And in the immediate consumer experience, for instance, when they use connectivity in their vehicles, and they've got the Sync 3 information and entertainment system in their vehicles now, in the 2015 vehicles, and that will integrate your smart device, your car. I'm not sure if it yet will incorporate anything else you have in your house, your smart meter, for your heating, etc. But they're looking at it.
Yeah.
They're looking at it. But being as they integrate your smart device, there are apps that will be coming online that you can customize your personal driving experience, at least in the Sync 3. So that's immediate. In the future, this is why I say it's so forward thinking, because I honestly think at this point they're not sure. Yeah.
Okay.
But
they're scoping everything out.
Yep.
All right. Yeah. And I'm guessing you're going to be writing a few articles about this.
We will have several. Each one of us had, as we talked about this event and prior events, each one of us had a particular interest. So it'll be fun to bring that information forward in articles, and we'll be doing that in the months to come.
Okay. All right. Well, Ryan, thanks for joining us. That's our very own Ryan Day,
That's
our
right.
Ford correspondent.
That's right.
We ship them around the world to Ford events.
That's right, and that was a good one in Palo Alto. It was right in our own backyard, so it's great. To see
International
you.
Auto Show as well.
That's right.
All right.